Oh, and then. Okay, so a lot of you probably have already met me. My name is Caio Soares. I am one of the co-chairs for this year's program, and this is my other co-chair, Brandeis. I am now working at Zynga. This is very recent, but I have a lot of love for the folks at Bosch, and there's several of them here today. So wonderful company to work at. We'll talk about that later.
And I'm now at Spelman College. I was formerly at Purdue.
Yeah, so I'm going to shift in careers.
Orlando's telling me to move into the front.
All right, so real quick for the welcome, we'll talk about, can everybody hear me okay in the back? Am I loud enough? Okay, good. We'll talk a little bit about BPDM, talk about social media stuff, how we're handling that, sponsors, and then some of the stuff that we added for this year's program. So what's the vision behind BPDM? Why are we even doing this anyway? Really the biggest thing, the biggest part of BPDM is we want to foster connections, we want to foster guidance, we want to foster mentorship for underrepresented groups. I could throw a bunch of numbers up here, but I think all of you in the audience know the number of women and the number of minorities in computer science and data mining, data science, all of those things is abysmal at best. Google, Yahoo, all of these companies in the Valley especially have launched these numbers which show that participation is extremely low. So this is our best shot at the moment to try to address this and try to increase those numbers. And what we're going to be trying to do is have venues like this and hopefully more in the future in which we can encourage women and minorities to join us to increase diversity, not just in our program, but create their own programs and sort of make this widespread. So our schedule is all online. So I won't go through in detail, maybe just a couple of important things. Like I said, we shifted the beginning parts a little bit. For the mentoring sessions, we'll put up the mentor pairings up here, and we'll let you know which mentors are who. We have two major mentoring sessions. Sort of an introductory one in the morning, and then another mentoring session in the afternoon. And each one of those blocks is going to be split into two. The first half of a block in the morning is going to be small groups, and the second half is going to be larger groups. And they all have sort of like themes. So the first block is more of a elevator pitch type theme where you work on that, you get some feedback from your mentor, and you sort of iterate on that. The second block is these larger groups, which there's a group around dissertations, one around advising, one around internships, and then sort of a miscellaneous
group.
Yeah.
Whatever, everything else.
In the afternoon, it's all about jobs, internships and jobs, I should say. So applications, resumes, interviews, how to connect with people already working, networking, all those things.
Which is great since some of our mentors are probably looking for people to hire. So
Exactly.
Great practice, especially the morning, the elevator pitch. You can prepare you for the afternoon to ask all the questions about how to actually get a job and what does it mean when you actually get your first real job.
Yeah,
not the grad student job, the real money job.
That's right. Take advantage of, especially the afternoon session meeting with mentors. We've tried to pair everybody so that they're at least with one industry and one academia or government mentor. And so, like Randy said, all of these companies are pretty much hiring, or most of these anyways. So talk about internships, talk about full-time positions. Even as you go into the conference, be on the lookout for that as well. And then we have a reception this evening. Basically, it's just going to be mingling. It'll be in here as well. We'll have some finger food type stuff. We'll set it out here. The reception and the mentoring, or the reception and the breaks, are meant for you to sort of be networking amongst each other and amongst the mentors as well. So follow up with people, talk, ask questions. That's the whole point of this. That's one thing that a lot of people don't get. That's really important for underrepresented groups. There's been a number of studies that are done that say mentoring, networking is a huge part of trying to grow diversity. So take advantage of that.
And at about 5 o'clock, I will be up here to answer questions about the reimbursements, just for all those that have questions about the form that was sent out and all the emails that have been sent out concerning the reimbursement. So talk to me about that, not him.
Yes.
Okay. Definitely like,
thank you for that.
No problem.
So some of you also probably, well, all of you also got an email this morning. You may not have seen it yet. You got an email this morning for a pre-survey. We're going to send out surveys throughout the 2 days. The basic, just questions about the sessions. The first one that was sent out this morning is just some demographic information and a little bit of what you expect to get and what are you looking forward to. Please fill that out. We need all of the participants to fill that out. That's really important. It's how we get better. A lot of the stuff that's going on this year is because of people filling out surveys last year. And so we're just answering that. We're going to have a morning and an afternoon survey. So the morning one will get sent out after lunch. Try to do it like just at the beginning of a break or at the end of a break or something like that. Same thing for the afternoon, just after a session, just before a session. Fill that out. You can do it with your mobile phone. You can do it with your computer. So we're sending those out. For the second day, similar schedule. We have a keynote and then a panel. I guess if we go back, the panel today is focused on publishing. So if you want to learn the tips, the insides and outs of publishing, that's where to ask questions. Also, all of this except the mentoring sessions is all being broadcast live. So send it to your department, send it to your friends, put it on Facebook, any of that stuff. Have them watch, submit questions, sort of let them participate. On the second day, keynote, and then this panel on improving diversity. The people on that particular panel are also very senior. They've been around. A lot of those people are the reason we stand here today in this program. They've sort of paved the way for us. And so that's where if you really want to ask questions about how this got going and things like that, you can definitely ask them. And then in the afternoon, we basically have tutorials. So definitely bring your laptops if you can tomorrow. All of the tutorials, or both tutorials, will be hands-on. One will be on big data analytics and then launching some stuff on Amazon EC2. We've sent everybody, all of the students anyway, we've sent Amazon EC2 codes. Please make sure you create those accounts tonight if you haven't already. And you can launch some of those.
Please do it.
Yeah, it'll just make the session better tomorrow. We'll have people here to help if nobody's able to do it, but if you can, run that tonight and make sure it's all working. And then in the last session of the day will be a tutorial session on Nine, which is a fantastic tool that I use. Yes.
These uploads are archived.
Yeah.
That's not right. So it's just minutes. The hotel is 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you download it today, please download it.
Yeah, it's a big file, and so you definitely.
About a gigabyte is archived from 9 multi package. You don't need to waste time.
Yeah.
All of your keys.
Another plan. And also, just to be clear, tomorrow we will be at Bloomberg. So I know today we're all day here. So that means for all those that have registered for KDD, please register for KDD tomorrow morning before heading over to Bloomberg. You need your KDD pass to get into Bloomberg. And Bloomberg, of course, is not a large building, and there's a capacity, so there's going to be a lot of people there because of all the other workshops with KDD. So try to make sure you get into the building, because they're going to stop people if there's too many people into the building. Just to let you know, register for KBD early in the morning and then head over to Bloomberg.
Yeah, we're going to start, tomorrow we're going to be able to start promptly.
Yes, it'll be an easy walk versus
Yes.
a 2-hour bus ride.
Also on here, at the bottom of the slides, I have our Twitter handle, which is at BPDM Program, and this year's hashtag, which is BPDM 2014. So if you use Twitter, feel free to tweet. We also have an Instagram account. We have a Facebook account. Well, I guess I'll cover that in a little bit, but yeah. So I'll have that up at just about every presentation or at the beginning of it. So use it. Also, if you want to use the hashtag KDD20 or KDD14, KDD14, that's also available, and we're part of KDD, so feel free to use both.
All right, so coordination team. So who is here from 2013? A couple of folks? Okay, so a couple of folks have been here from 2013. You know Caio and I pretty well, but we have added extensively to the team, so you already know me and him. Yeah, we're easy people. Okay, so next is Omar. Is Omar here? Yes, he's way in the back there. He's also been helping out. He's been one of the co-organizers. He's been on the phone with both of us pretty much on a weekly basis. We give him tasks when he is late to help out. But his main focus has been student and mentors. So he's kind of in charge of that aspect. And then we have the wonderful social media guys. So they're sitting up here up front, Roberto and also Orlando. Have been helping out with all of the Twitter, all of the Facebook, Instagram, and you'll see Roberto taking pictures everywhere, so make sure you smile, because it will be online very shortly. Yes, there you can see Roberto. You should have came up here and had took a picture of everybody with everyone smiling. So just know that's what's going on. So just to know he's not being creepy, right? And then I'm not sure, those of you on the bus with us this morning have probably met Ivan, but Ivan's sitting up here in the front as well. He's also helped out with the mentoring sessions, helped coordinate the mentoring sessions for us, kind of a last minute ad, but a wonderful ad. So thank you very much, Ivan. And then in the background is our webmaster. So we have two. One is not here, so Kristen is not here. He is at another event, but he will be here tomorrow, I believe. And then there's Rudy. Where's Rudy?
There.
Ah, there we go. Wasn't looking in the front. So Rudy also volunteered in order to help out with the website. So that's how you get all the cool links for all the live streaming. He's did all that cool stuff there. So thank everyone on the coordination team for chipping in for this year. And so very quickly, I'm going to go through some numbers. So even though we had this wonderful visualization discussion, I don't have great visualization of the data. So just
there's better one coming.
It's not going to be good. It's just I see it, Caio. It's not the same. Okay, so we had 160 applicants. 34 were actually selected. Then, of course, we have a number of mentors, of course, panelists and presenters. That count is actually 20. And then we have, of course, a number of sessions over the 2 days. So here's the breakdown. This is what he says is actually a really cool visualization. Okay.
It's 3D-ish.
Ish. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we differentiate this between race, ethnicity, gender, and degree. So I just want to point out, with gender, we're even split, 16 women, 16 men. They can't say women don't do this stuff, right? All right, so of course Caucasian 34%, Asian Pacific Islanders 25%, other 28%, and then African American 13% as far as race. Ethnicity, we're pretty much 50-50 between Hispanic and non-Hispanic. And then degree programs, we can see there's a number of people that are pursuing their PhDs. So for all those pursuing PhDs, this is a great opportunity to get some additional informal type of mentoring on where you are in the process. As we look through applications, some of the PhD students are early on in their career, some are kind of mid-career, and some are more toward their ending senior career. So for those that are PhDs that are new, yes, there is a beginning, a middle, and an end, just so you know. And then, of course, we also divide up by country. So most of the people coming from the United States, even though their origins might have been someplace else. And then, of course, we have some international people here as well. So that is just very awesome, a new addition to this year. So thank you all for coming and contributing.
This is just
This
participants.
is just,
yeah.
it's just participants.
Yeah.
But then
Oh, don't know, we didn't do that number.
We didn't do that number here. If I remember correctly,
I wanted to do that number last night, but it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
it was. I think it was about 60-40. So it was close. It was close. It was actually.
And we had a number of applicants from Australia. So,
Yeah.
and so, yeah, so.
So they'll be there next year.
So maybe next year they'll be
That's
there.
right.
Because next year KDD is going to be in Sydney, Australia. So maybe they'll be there. Yes. All right, so sponsors and hosts.
Yeah, so we want to thank especially Bosch. They're funding our whole program this year. So all of our funding came from them this year. They were very gracious to do that, and then also have volunteers here both mentoring and presenting. So we definitely want to thank Bosch for that. And we're also I know they're looking for great people to work with them. So please explore those opportunities.
And they're at booth 12.
Yeah, booth 12. That's
They're
right.
at booth 12, so please go up and at least say thank you.
And they have a little data mining game that I've seen. And
Oh, really?
They do, yeah. So check it out and go play it. Our hosts, we definitely want to thank Etsy. We know social good is part of their charters, part of their business, and so this is very in line with what they do, and we just want to thank them for hosting us. We also want to thank Bloomberg, of course, they're having us tomorrow, and then KDD for integrating us into the conference, and just for making us a part of the larger picture. As I mentioned, we have lots of social media outlets. All of this you can find on our website. There's links for our Facebook group and our LinkedIn group, and then also our Twitter handle and our Instagram account. If you take pictures throughout the program, please post them with the hashtag at BPDM program. And then, as I mentioned, you have our hashtag here, and our website is just dataminingshop.com. I don't know why I picked that 3 years ago, but
I wasn't there.
it used to be just a workshop, and so I thought, okay, data mining shop, why not? Let's go with it. So yeah, BPDM was already taken. If you have questions, if you have concerns, ideas, any of those things, our email, bpdmprogram@gmail.com. It's also on the website. And then just some of the things that we added this year. Again, due to some of the feedback you guys gave us last year, we're streaming all of our sessions live, and there's the ability to participate for those that are off-site. So even if you didn't make it this year, you can still submit questions, you can still watch the presentations. The same is going to be true for going forward, hopefully. And so hopefully we'll continue to do this if you decide or are not able to come in years or next year and onwards, you'll also be able to participate. We're also launching this Data Mining Innovators webcast series. Basically what this is going to be is a monthly interview with an innovator in the field. Our first innovator is going to be Claudia Perlich. She's this year's KDD General Co-Chair. And so we haven't quite set the date yet, but basically this is going to work like a lot of our streaming sessions are working today. We'll send this information out. The person will join live, and they will just be asked questions. It'll just be sort of an open interview. We'll start with a number of the questions from our side, and then open it up for anybody in the community to ask. And basically we want to target top people in the field, really key innovators. And so we're launching this year, and we'll have probably at least one person a month. We also have a jobs board. It's not up on the website yet, but it will be throughout the conference. And for those that are in the room that have positions open, I just sent an email out last night, or Omar I think that says please send us the title of position, the organization, and the link. We'll put that on a jobs board. If you want to check that out, check it out, and then you can apply directly, and if there's a contact, you can also contact that person. We're also launching another program this year. We're doing a trial of it. Hopefully it works out well. Yeah. But basically what we're doing, Omar has some data that he's doing some research on, And what we want to do is connect some people from the program with Omar to analyze that data. At the end of it all, it's going to be sort of a distributed research project in which we're going to try to publish the results. So for those that are interested, we'll send an email out. Just reply back saying, hey, I really want to do this. We'll try to get together throughout the conference already, so he can tell you about the data, he can meet with you, let you know sort of what he's already done. Yeah, there's actually a website for some of the results that he's already put online. And so the idea here is not only do you connect with mentors, but now you're going to connect with mentors that have real data. You can do real analytics on it. You can publish, and really sort of take this forward past just today and tomorrow.
And so that's going to be a collaborative between me and Omar. So Omar is going to handle some of the private sector type of tools, and then I'll be handling some of the academic side of things, or all the mentorship and things like that.
Any questions about any of that? Okay.
So let's break for 10 minutes, and then come back here. You'll see all the mentoring pairs up here. And then the mentors, in about 8 minutes, can the mentors come up front, so at the very least all of the students can see what you look like. All right? All right. Thank you.